Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers Adda 24/7. My name is Amanjot and I am here with all of you to discuss the analysis of first shift of principles and practices of banking. So I am here again. Really sorry for the last session. That was a certain technical issue. That's why we have to end that session. So let's start fresh and we are going to discuss the particular what questions has been asked, from which topic questions has been asked, which module was maximum asked, which module has covered the maximum number of questions, and we are going to discuss in the detail that what questions were there. Okay, so let's start the session. Before starting the session, those candidates who are live in the session, do let me know is audio video both are okay, are we good to go? And also do share the session on your Telegram channel and WhatsApp group so that all the other people who are going to give the exam for the next attempt, or who are already given the exam, so that they will know that what was the paper was, and also they will know what are the exact answers of the questions. And also do let me know in the particular session that how many marks you scored and what was your experience for the exam. Okay, so let's start the session. And let's continue with the session. First of all, if we talk about the number of questions that has been asked from all the modules, as we know, every year we have seen that all the modules questions has been asked from there. And module A and B covers maximum number of questions, then module C, D and E remains at the same level. Okay, and next thing is very good, congratulations to all the candidates who have qualified the exam. And let's start the session with the certain questions. First of all, I am going to tell you what questions has been asked and what are the answers of the questions. So first question was asked from the hypothecation. One question was there from the hypothecation. So they have asked that hypothecation is defined in which particular, hypothecation is defined under which particular act. So we know it is defined under Transfer of Property Act. So hypothecation is a type of a collateral in which we know that the possession and ownership both remains with the borrower, not with the lender but the borrower. The possession and ownership both will be with the borrower. And the next thing is that hypothecation example can be a car loan. Yeah. After that, they will ask a question from the one application, that was the DG Sathi. They asked the question from the DG Sathi application, and the DG Sathi application was introduced by NPCI, that we know. Two questions were there from the applications or the initiatives. The money app has been asked, and also the DG Sathi has been asked. So if I talk about the DG Sathi was introduced by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, as we know, and DG Sathi is a 24/7 helpline for information on the digital product and services. That is the DG Sathi. If I talk about the money app, as you can know with the name of that is money app. It was the application which was introduced by Reserve Bank of India, that stands for Mobile Aided Note Identifier. That helps, this application money helps in the visually impaired people to identify the denomination of the currency notes. So these are the two questions from the application. If we talk about the next question was from the minor. One question has been asked that minor is defined under which particular act. So we know minor is defined under the Indian Majority Act. So that is what the question was. That is, what is actually minor, in which particular act actually the minor is defined. Okay. The next question was there from the provisioning of unsecured assets in doubtful loan. So one question was from NPA provisioning. One question was from the NPA provisioning. If we talk about the NPA provisioning, the question was from the doubtful asset. As we know, NPA is defined under three types of asset, that is substandard asset, doubtful asset and loss asset. But in doubtful, they have asked about the unsecured loan. So when we talk about the unsecured loan, we know always 100% provisioning will be there for the unsecured loan. So that was the question from the NPA provisioning. That is an easy question. Okay. Now next, if I talk about the next question, that they has been asked about the ADR, American Depository Receipt, as we know. So American Depository Receipt is simply a depository receipt by which the company can issue the shares in the digital form in the American market. Okay, in the American stock market. So that is the ADR. Maybe possible they can ask the GDR in the next attempt. So do make sure you revise the topics which are related to the particular analysis. Now next question has been asked from Monetary Policy Committee. So it has been asked that Monetary Policy Committee's review has been asked, has been presented how many years in a financial year. So we know from the 2013 year, Dr. Raghuram Rajan, who was the 23rd governor of RBI, has given that bi-monthly review has been started for the monetary policy. So from 2013, we are providing bi-monthly review. Before that, quarterly review used to come. So now RBI provides the review 6 times in a financial year, and that was the question on the Monetary Policy Committee. Okay. Now, one question was asked from the ELSS. One question was asked from the ELSS. So, one question was from the ELSS also important. Okay. So, the question was like, ELSS locking period is what? So, we know ELSS locking period is 3. Check is type of instrument and payable on what basis? Okay, one question was from the check. Do let me know in the chat box that what questions you remember. So, we know it is a negotiable instrument. Okay, it is a negotiable instrument which is defined under the section 6 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, and payable on what basis they have an ask. Okay, and emerging start got 67. Very good, congratulations for qualifying the exam. Rest people who are here, do let me know how much you scored, and if you have your exam in the second shift, then be very active in the session. Now, next question was asked from self-help group. One question was from the self-help group. So, we know what is self-help group. Self-help group is simply the group of 10 to 20 people who come together to help each other in the financial context. So, that is a self-help group which was introduced by NABARD. And on the recommendation of SK CAIIB committee, self-help group bank linkage program has been started. So, the one question was self-help group was there, and they have asked self-help group interest rate for prompt payment next year, that is 4% right now, and we know that in the self-help group interest subvention scheme was introduced. It means the actual rate of interest is 7%, but the subsidy on the interest will be provided by the bank, and the actual person has to pay the only amount which is remained by the after deducting the subsidy. That is 4%. So 3% interest subvention scheme has been applied to the self-help groups. Okay. Now do remember the committee's name. The committee's name is SK CAIIB committee, which linked the self-help group with the bank. So, self-help group bank linkage program was recommended by the SK CAIIB committee. Next question was, can a bearer check be paid to a minor? One question was there from the minor condition that the bearer check, as we know what is bearer check? Bearer check is a simple type of check in which whosoever person presents the check in the bank, that person will get the money. That is the bearer check, we know. Okay. So, here they have asked that the bearer check can be paid to the minor. So, the answer will be your yes, it can be paid. Okay. So, these are the question. Apart from that, next question has been asked from the FAMA, that is a Foreign Exchange Management Act. One question was from the FAMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act. So, we know initially we used to have a Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, that is a FARA, that has been converted or replaced by the Foreign Exchange Management Act, because in the FARA there was a certain restriction on the use of the foreign exchange, on the transaction of the foreign exchange currency. But after the LPG policy globalization, we have said that Indian economy is an open economy. Country can export and import whatever the country wants. So, then we were unable to follow the globalization norms with the FARA Act. So, that's why it has been changed. Foreign Exchange Management Act has been introduced, and this act has introduced because of now RBI is only going to manage the foreign currency. No restrictions will be implemented there. Okay. Now, next is we have the question on, the one question was from the FARA. Sorry, FAMA. It was asked who managed the FARA. So, it is managed, sorry, FAMA. Who managed the FAMA? It is managed by Reserve Bank of India, because foreign exchange manager is RBI. That's why RBI is managing the FAMA Act also. Okay. Next question was there from the NEFT. One question from there for from the NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, that is NEFT. So, we know 24/7 RBI has converted NEFT into 24/7 in December 2019 only, and 48-hourly batches are there under the NEFT. You can transfer whatever amount you want, because no minimum and no maximum limit is there. And the question from the NEFT was asked, committee regarding the transaction, committee regarding NEFT transaction, that is the Nandan Nilekani committee. So, that was the committee. So, one question was asked from the NEFT committee. One question was asked from the NEFT committee. Okay. Now, the next question has been asked from the DEF scheme. DEAF, DEF scheme of RBI. So what is deficit scheme? In which what happens now? Like when the customer is not doing transaction in the account for the last 10 years. Now after 10 years, what happens? The account amount which is deposited in the account of the customer who is not using his account, his or her account, that money would be transferred to the RBI under the deficit scheme, and it will be used to do the financial inclusion, or we can say to enhance the financial literacy in the country. For that purpose, that fund will be used, that is a deficit scheme. Okay, so deficit scheme, one question was be asked, and the question was what? There is no, I don't have the information what was the actual question on the deficit scheme, but the deficit stands for Depository Education and Awareness Fund. Okay, deficit stands for Depository Education and Awareness Fund. Okay, the question was, thank you so much Dakshani. Question was, deficit amount is parked with whom? So that is with the RBI. So deficit scheme question was that with whom you can park that particular money which is transferred under the deficit scheme. Okay, now the next question was from, okay, next question was from the relationship between bank and customer in case of locker. In case of locker, relationship was asked between bank and customer. Okay, in case of locker facility, relationship between bank and customer has been asked, and we know that will be a relation of lessor and lessee. Bank will be a lessor and customer will be a lessee. So what is the locker facility bank is providing? Bank is providing a certain part of its own premises to use for yourself, so that you will be able to store your valuables there, or your money or whatever you want to store in the particular locker. So in that case, locker facility, if bank is providing, according to that, lessor and lessee relationship will be there between bank and the customer. So customer will be lessee because he is taking the property of the bank on a rent for per month, and also the lessor will be the owner. That's why the bank is the owner. So we know bank provide a certain different types of services to the customer. On the basis of different services, the relationship between bank and customer has been changed. Okay. So now next question has been asked from, let me check. Okay, 3 questions was from the NPA provisioning. Okay, from the NPA provisioning there were 3 questions. And 1 question we have discussed, that doubtful unsecured condition was asked. 3 questions were there from the NPA provisioning. Okay. After that, the next question was asked from acts related to pledge, hypothecation, mortgage. We have seen hypothecation act has been asked. After that, 1 question was there from the core banking. So what does core stands for? Centralized online real-time exchange. So core banking question was asked from there. So 1 question was from the core banking. Core banking simply, it's not a CBS type of core banking. I guess it is related to the what are the functions of the core banking. That kind of questions has been asked. Okay, not the CBS. CBS has not been asked, but the core banking. One question was there from the core banking functions of a bank. Now, next question is there which is related to housing loan. 1 question was from the housing loan. Like who is eligible to take the housing loan? Person with the regular income is ready, can take the money. Okay. And also the person who was the member of the housing finance institution, they can take the money. Okay. Cryptocurrency question was there. Okay, okay. So 1 question was from the, okay, cryptography question was there. Cryptography question was there, that has been asked, like CIA tried non-reputation digital signature. Okay. Private key, public key question was there. Okay, 1 question was from the private key and public key. One question from the private key, public key. And the other question was from the RBI's money. We have seen counterfeit notes topic was asked. 1 question was from the counterfeit currency. What was the actual question from the counterfeit currency? Let me know someone if you remember the question. What was the question on the basis of the counterfeit currency? That's a forged currency. Counterfeit currency note will be there, question will be there. Okay. Apart from that, next question was asked from the Kisan credit card. 1 question was asked from the Kisan credit card. So what is Kisan credit card? We know it's a credit facility provided by bank to the farmers for the purpose of manufacturing for the purpose of production according to their land. So that is the KCC, Kisan Credit Card. Under the Kisan Credit Card, we are providing loan to the farmers. So that has been asked. Under the KCC also, we got the interest subvention scheme benefit. Okay. Under the KCC also, we got the interest subvention scheme. So Kisan Credit Card question was there. Apart from that, we had the question from the Promissory Note Act wise of difference, definition of check has been asked. Definition of promissory note has been asked. Promissory note has been asked. Act wise of negotiable instrument, act or simple definition. Okay. So act wise or simple definition has been asked of the promissory note and the check. So we know promissory note is simply a written document or a written document which is not being a currency note, okay, and it is defined that one party is ready to pay the money to the another party on a certain sum of money will be defined, but it is unconditional undertaking will be taken on the promissory note. So what is promissory note? Simply, it is a written document not being a currency note in which unconditional undertaking will be taken by one person to pay the sum of money to the another person or on the order of the another person. That is the promissory note. And if we talk about the check, check is a type of bill of exchange because it can be endorsed further. So check is a type of bill of exchange which is drawn on the name of a specified person. And if you want to transfer the check, the specified person on whose name it has been endorsed, or sorry, on whose name it has been drawn, that person has to endorse the check. Okay. Next question is, that is what the promissory note and check question was there. Apart from that, CBDC was there. Okay. One question was from the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, that I have already explained in my sessions also, that Central Bank Digital Currencies pilot scheme has been started by RBI from 1st October for the wholesale market, and it is going to start for the retail segment also, but right now RBI started the Central Bank Digital Currency. That's a digital currency of RBI that will be having a fiat currency. It means Government of India is going to give the legal tender to the CBDC also, and it has been started from the 1st October for the wholesale segment. Okay, so do remember that also. From 1st October it has been started in the wholesale segment, but on the pilot basis. We have not applied on a large scale, but on the pilot basis we started from the 1st October. Okay, not in the retail sector but in the wholesale sector. Housing loan rate of interest. Okay, that is correct. Housing loan rate of interest were there. Manish, which questions answer you are asking for? I am explaining the term also. If you find out the certain question that you want to me answer, then do write it. Okay, let's continue. The next question was from KVIC. One question was from the KVIC, that is eligibility under priority sector lending has been asked. So from the priority sector lending, one more question was there about the PSLC, as I got the information from the candidates that the PSLC has been asked. So priority sector lending certificate it is. So PSLC question was there. So do remember PSL is another important chapter, like NPA is important, वैसे ही PSL is also important. So do make sure before going for the next shift, do revise the PSL targets also. Whether PSL targets has not been asked in the first shift, but still do revise the target, maybe possible they can ask in the second shift. So the PSLC has been asked here. Apart from that, the next question was from NFO. The question was from the NFO. So what is NFO? They have an ask. What is NFO? Question on NFO definition has been asked, that what is the NFO? That is net fund. Okay. So what is NFO? First of all, do remember the definition. It is the first time subscription offer for a scheme, that is new scheme launched by the asset management company. So they have been asked that what is the new fund offers definition. So do remember they can ask the definition also, as they have to ask about the check and promissory note. And in the check and promissory note, they have asked that what is the simple definition, and as per the NI Act, what is the definition? Now the NFO definition was there. 3 questions from the definition we have seen. That is a net fund offer, that is the first time subscription offer for a new scheme launched by the asset management companies. Okay. Now next question was there from the working capital. One question was there from the working capital. So what is working capital for? The question was asked that working capital is provided for which purpose? So we know working capital is the money which is available, which made you available for your day-to-day expenses, or we can say that is available for your current short-term obligations of the company. For the current short-term obligations of the company, we provide the working capital. So the question from the working capital was there. Apart from the question from working capital, there was a numericals also. There was numerical also around 5 to 6 questions. No. Numericals were there on the working capital. Numerical on working capital was there. Okay, so we know there are 4 to 5 methods of calculating the working capital. Office operating cycle method is there, cash budget system is there. Apart from that, we also have a drawing power system. So on these particular method, they have asked the numerical on the working capital. I have told in the class there is a chances that the numerical can be asked from the working capital, because it's an important topic for the numerical. So working capital numerical was there. 5 to 7 questions from the 5 to 7 questions were from marketing and ethics. So around 5 to 7 questions were from the marketing and ethics, they are saying. And what was the questions actually? Let me tell you. So the one question they have been asked, that if treating employee differently on the basis of their religion, their gender, their race, what is it called? So obviously you are not being with the your staff, when you are not being fair with your staff and you are not doing justice with your staff, so that is what is known as you don't have the ethical matters, you are not following the ethical professional standards that you have to have in your characteristic, that is the fairness. You have to be socially justice with everyone. So question was there that not treating or we can say treating employees differently on the basis of their gender, their religions, or their what we can say race or something else. So that is the racism. What kind of behavior you are having? You are having a racism. What characteristic you don't have? You don't have the fairness characteristics. You don't have the fair characteristics if you are treating your employees differently. So one question was asked from the DG signature. One question was asked from DG signature. There were certain options has been given under the DG signature, and they have asked what is the feature. DG signature features has been asked. Okay, like authority, authenticity, integrity, what is it? Then they have asked self-serving banking facility is what? Self-serving. They have asked that what is self-serving banking facility. So self-serving banking facility, we know that is a kiosk center. That is the center in which a certain machines has been put there by the bank. That's a kind of a mini branch in which customer can come and take by themselves the service. The passbook printing machine is there. You can deposit your check, you can deposit your cash, you can withdraw your money, you can print your passbook, etc. These are the things which are available in the kiosk banking. So that is the right answer. Self-serving banking facility is kiosk centers. Okay, that's the kiosk centers. Apart from that, the question was from the next question was from okay, one question was from the substandard asset. One question was from the substandard asset. One question was asked on the doubtful asset, and the another question was there from the substandard asset. Okay, what is substandard asset? One question was there. Like they have given a certain example of the dates of the particular loan, and they have asked on 30th of June 2022 what kind of asset it is. So answer was the substandard asset. Okay. One question was there from the MKIS also. They have asked the number of subsystems. The number of subsystems in MKIS, that is marketing information system. So we know there are 4 subsystems under the marketing information system. Okay, how many subsystems are there? 4 systems are there under the marketing information system. That has been asked. That how many subsystems are there? Data warehouse silent features has been asked. Data warehouse features has been asked. They have given you the option, and out of that you have to tell what is the data warehouse silent features is. After that, they have asked question related to NPA CC account, cash credit account. One question was from the NPA CC account was there. Okay, one question on the NPA CC account was there. They has asked firm has facilities in number of branches of bank, appropriate method to identify the NPA. Then they have asked the appropriate method to identify NPA. How to identify NPA when a bank has a number of branches. And a firm has facilities in number of branches of a bank. So a firm is taking her facilities from the number of branches. Now how you can identify the bank? Okay. After that, the next question was there. Question was there on the project cost they have given. Letter of credit was there. Letter of credit question was there. As we know, letter of credit is simply a mode of, letter of credit simply is a mode of, secure mode of payment in international transaction, international banking, international business. When you are doing international trading, a secure way of transaction is letter of credit. That has been asked. There was certain question on the letter of credit. Then there was a question on the match the following. One question was there from the match the following. They have asked about the right of. They have asked about the right of set off. Under this match of the following, they have asked about the negative line. They have asked about the appropriation. Apart from that, they have asked about the assignment. So these were the topics in the match the following they have asked. These were the topics which they have given under the match the following question. That was a match the following question. Under these terms has been asked. Okay. Next, digital right management question was there. Okay. One question was there from the digital rights management. That is the management right which is talking about the digital transaction. Digital rights management has been asked. Okay. Apart from that, next one question was there. One question was there from the garnish order. Question was there from the garnish order. Okay. One question was there from the CGT MSc. CGT MSc question was there. And NSDL question was there. NSDL was there, that is a depository. So CGT MSc, we know Credit Guarantee Trust Fund for Micro Small Enterprises that provide the collateral free loan and third party free loan will be provided to the MSCs. And the NSDL is simply the depository of National Stock Exchange which settles the trading of the NSC. Okay, which settles the trading of the NSC. Now, there was a question from the Day NRLM that I have told you that is a very important scheme. Day NRLM and Day NULM is very important scheme. So, one question was from the Day NRLM and Day NULM. Okay, National Rural Livelihood Mission. National Rural Livelihood Mission and the National Urban Livelihood Mission. NRLM and LUNM was the questions was there from both the schemes. One question was from the money market. They have asked that who cannot participate under the call money. The question was there and the question was asking who cannot participate in the call money. Okay. One question was asked from the pull strategy. One question is asked from the pull strategy of the marketing. What is pull strategy? Pull strategy is simply when you have to, you don't have to go to the customer are coming to you because of your brand value, your goodwill. That is the pull strategy. So they have asked in the pull strategy that offering credit card through telephone or email service directly to consumers. Okay, you are directly selling your product to the consumer. You are approaching the consumer, the kind of strategy they have asked, that is your pull strategy. Okay. Now, apart from that, if you know the another questions, do let me know in the comment section. What are the rest questions were there? Maximum number in self-help group who can be above poverty line. Okay, one self-help group question was there. And how many numbers of people will be there? Okay. Self-help group question was there. Okay, letter of credit numerical was 2. On the letter of credit, there were 2 numericals. 2 questions was asked, that was the numericals. Apart from that, we have the top questions from the bank definition has been asked also. One question was from the bank definition also. Okay, so these are the questions which we have collected from the candidates who we got to talk. One question was from bill of exchange. It is also showing that one question was from the bill of exchange. One question was from the bill of exchange has been asked. Then the question has been asked from the cash credit. There were 2 to 3 questions. From the cash credit, there were 2 to 3 questions, and just related to the cryptography. Acha, okay, on the CBDC, they have asked about the cryptocurrency and digital currency. Okay, so they have asked that what kind of platform they are going to use to provide the CBDC. Okay, how it has been calculated, how it will be provided to the customer, that has been asked. And then we have introduced this. Acha, one question was there, that the simplest question I think in the exam, that insurance sector is regulated by whom? Insurance regulated by whom? So we know ADA regulates the insurance. Okay, ADA regulates the insurance, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, that was the answer. Explain ELSS. What is ELSS? ELSS simply is a fund which is a diversified equity funds. ELSS is a diversified equity funds. When you are investing your fund in the diversified sectors. It is full formed as the equity linked savings scheme that allow an individual person or Hindu undivided family a deduction from the total income of if you are having a certain liability on the income tax na. So what you have got, you get the rebate on the income tax, that is up to 1.5 lakh under the section 80C. Up to 1.5 lakh rebate will be available under the 80C, and this scheme is simply a mutual fund. ELSS is a type of mutual fund which allows you to claim from the income tax reduction. Okay, so it is a kind of a scheme in which you are investing your money in the diversified sector, and it helps you to get the rebate on the income tax, that is around 1.5 lakh. Okay. Okay, apart from that, those candidates who are live in the session, do like the session once also. There are 100 plus candidates are there and likes are very less. So do like the session also. And also let me know who have qualified the exam. Do let me know your marks. Apart from that, one request from all of you I have, that there is a Google form available in the chat section. So if before going and before leaving the session, one thing you have to do, that is do fill that particular form. Okay, do fill that particular form. Do let us know how much you scored in the paper, so that we will be able to know what better we have provided to you, and also it's a kind of a feedback you have to provide to all of us. So do give your details in the Google form which is available on the chat section. Okay, very good. Congratulations Rohan, congratulations Beauty Singh, congratulations to all of you who have qualified the exam. Congratulations Nitish. Okay, now these are the questions which has been asked in the particular first shift, and this is the analysis of the paper. And as we got the more questions from the candidates we have contacted, so that will be available in an image form for all of you on the website of the Adda 24/7. So do wait. Also on the community of the Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. So do wait for the whole questions which has been asked in the paper till we get the response from the candidate. Apart from that, one information for all of you is that evening analysis is also there. We are going to have the evening analysis at 5 PM. So do not forget to join the session, and do tell the other persons who are going to give their marathon on the second shift that they will let us know in the evening shift that what questions has been asked. Okay, so I hope all of your paper was good. All of you have qualified the exam. So very, very congratulations congratulations to all of you. We will meet again in the CAIIB batch, because we know after that we have to give in the May attempt the CAIIB session exam. So this is all for the first shift analysis, and in the second analysis we will be coming at the 5 p.m. and the bilingual analysis will be on the 4 p.m. Okay, so do not forget to join both the session according to your comfortability. Okay, so thank you all for joining the session, and all the very best for the candidates who have the next exam. And okay, so let's end here. We are winding up here. And also do let in the comment section after the video, if you are watching this video recorded, do let us know in the comment section how much you scored. And do not forget to fill the Google form. So thank you all. Have a good day and all the very best for the second shift.